Fortnite Season 3 Chapter 4 has countless Easter eggs I guarantee you missed, from secret unlocks, hidden mythic weapons, and extremely exciting clues to the storyline. And well, if you want the new Battle Pass or the new Slone skin for free, I'm gifting 5 subscribers every single day who drop a like, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment with their epic ID. Congratulations to these viewers, and if you guys could just take 2 seconds to type Doom in the Fortnite item shop right now, I would appreciate it a ton. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this logo plastered on objects around the new biome, and everyone is wondering who this could be for. It turns out though that the answer has been right under our nose this entire time. The Taiko drumbeat emote from last season is actually a part of the Luminaries set, and you can see this same logo is on that drum. So this confirms that the Luminaries are the ones investigating the area. We also know that the new Battle Pass skin Trace is a part of the Luminaries thanks to his NPC description, and hopefully we find out more about their project soon. The new jungle area along with the new raptors obviously fits the whole Jurassic Park theme perfectly, but it turns out there's even more references that suggest an official collaboration could be coming. This scene from the trailer is clearly an allusion to the movie, and if you compare the new season's trailer music to that of the Jurassic Park soundtrack, it is nearly identical. Additionally, the dramatic flares emote from the Battle Pass could be considered another reference to Jurassic Park, and it even turns out that we're just days away from the 30-year anniversary of the first movie. I also thought I'd throw in that the raptors are the first animal that we can ride but not pet, so clearly they can't be quite tamed all the way. Moving on, I'm sure you guys have all seen Slone at her landmark on the map, but if you go up to her as Gunner, she confirms that she is no longer a part of the imagined order. She has her own plan now, which she says is related to the glyphs and the people who left the jungle behind. What's even more interesting is if we take a look at this logo on her back, it is the same as the one on Trace's back, which means they have to be related in some way. If we take a look at their survey skin concept art, we can also see that they both have some sort of sand powers too that we haven't been exposed to in game yet. They do have custom dialogues with one another in game, but it doesn't really give us much more information, so we're gonna have to wait and see how the story progresses. It turns out that Trace has another special Easter egg though. If you equip his second style, Rebel Trace, and then use the Get Out of Your Mind emote, you'll see the water will turn green. When you use his normal style or any other skin, the water will be blue as you would expect. This emote itself is actually taken from a popular performance of a Rihanna song too, if you didn't know. And then finally for the emote Easter eggs, I'm sure you guys know that the This Is Fine emote was taken from a super popular webcomic that has been a super popular meme for a while now. So I thought I would just mention it just in case you didn't know. Number 6 is kind of an obscure Easter egg, but with the addition of Paradise Meowscles, that leaves only 2 Battle Pass skins from Chapter 2 Season 2 that haven't received a summer style. The only ones left are Tiantina and Maya, and well, since Maya was a customizable skin, I can understand why we wouldn't get a summer style for her, but with Paradise Meowscles becoming unlockable right when the summer event starts, I think there is a solid chance we get a summer version of Tiantina this year. Next up for number 7, I think we're all loving Optimus Prime's Cybertron cannon, but I bet you didn't know that you can actually find one on Spawn Island. Every pregame lobby now, you guys have to be on the hunt for one of these. And did you guys notice that this is probably the closest thing to the Zapatron we'll ever see in game? I can live with that now, but the Cybertron cannon actually has a hidden ability that the Zapatron definitely didn't have, which is that the bursts of energy can actually be ridden just like a rocket. Unfortunately, it does look like you do take fall damage, so you'll need a way to counter that, but this is pretty crazy and I can't wait to try this out for myself. Optimus Prime has another Easter egg he's hidden for us though, because if you guys check out the bonus rewards and go to the Autobot Signal Flare contrail, it does look cool and all, but it actually gets better. If you use the contrail with Optimus Primal, you'll actually be shown the Maximals logo instead. This is a crazy detail for them to add, but I still don't think this makes up for them not having a real Transformers emote. And for number 9, here you guys can see all the changes that were made made on the minimap this season, and obviously the huge biome in the middle was the main focus, but we can't ignore all these little changes either. The 2 monolith landmarks that were added in the middle of last season with Serenade have mysteriously disappeared, but the original marine monolith landmark still exists. Remember, the towers were codenamed Bone Marrow Towers, and the only connection I could think of was that the new Relic skin's armor looks kinda like it could be made out of that bone marrow material. Another landmark that was removed was the Herald's Tree, which makes me think it fell into the cracks when the map was opening up, and she is now in the process of being reborn as this concept survey skin version of the Herald. I'm guessing she won't arrive until at least next season, but I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for more clues about her. Easter egg number 10 is pretty specific, but there is a scene in the trailer where Lorenzo points off screen, and it is an identical scene to the last jungle theme season, chapter 1 season 8, where the Ice King does the same exact thing. It makes it more interesting that chapter 1 season 8 was based on finding treasure, and while Lorenzo basically has treasure map directions as tattoos. If you want to go crazy with the theories, you could make a case that Lorenzo is actually a younger version of the Ice King himself, but I'll personally need to see more evidence before I actually believe that. Another cool thing about Lorenzo is that his back bling, Northquester Deluxe, is actually a functioning compass that will tell you the correct direction that you're facing. To get more information on the storyline though, I went through all the custom NPC dialogue lines, and there were a few interesting ones. The first is when you go up to Slone as Relic, and she says, "Just because you got me back on my feet doesn't mean I owe you," which makes you wonder why he helped her if they don't even seem friendly. We don't know much about Relic, but his back bling looks like some gear that a member of the Seven would be using, and his armor style looks too similar to the Foundation's to be a coincidence in my opinion. This Foundation connection actually becomes stronger because Relic will be a boss later this season, which is how we'll get the mythic ability to turn invisible like we saw in the trailer. That isn't the only mythic he will drop though. He will also drop the MK Alpha Assault Rifle, which is a different version of the MK Assault Rifle the Foundation dropped in chapter 3 season 1. So could Relic actually be a younger version of the Foundation? It really seems like it, so I can't wait until we learn more. Another person that has an interesting dialogue with Slone is Rift Warden Stellan, because she'll say to him, "I know what you are even if you don't." Obviously this is pretty cryptic, but it makes me think that Slone knows that the Shapeless Man torments him, because in Slone's original loading screen, it looks like she may have seen the Shapeless Man as well. It looks like Stellan might become relevant in the story again, because when you go up to Nia as him, she'll say, "Was it you who hired me to look into the Explorers?" I'll have to think about this more, but I'm assuming this means either him or someone from the Oathbound was the one that hired her, which obviously makes me wonder what his motive is. In typical Fortnite fashion, we are presented with way more questions than answers regarding the story, and yet another mystery we are left to speculate on is what happened to the 0 point now. This is of course located at the center of the map with new sound effects that are labeled as 0 point petrified prehistoric whale groans. So in real life, whales groan and make these types of noises to communicate and find each other, which suggests that the 0 point has hardened itself and is trying to communicate with someone. There are also textures in the files named Zero Lava, so that combined with the amount of lava and fire related cosmetics in the battle pass gives me some hope that we're actually going to get some type of volcano event after all. Optimus Prime is on the radio saying that this reality is doomed to collapse, so hopefully something will happen this season. But a huge storyline reveal that kind of came out of nowhere is from the new Aura quests that sent us to find the Chalice of Cubetastrophe, which means it is related to the cubes, which then means it's related to the last reality. But no one expected that Aurelia would be the one that leads us to it. And well, this is a big deal because Aurelia is the wife of Oro, who is Midas. So it basically seems like the last reality is the one who gave Midas his gold power. hours. So yeah, that is pretty crazy. Hopefully we get some more info on this whole storyline soon. But not only that, this kind of confirms that all these ruins on the map are from the last reality. So we can expect a lot more of their members to show up. And remember, the last time the last reality was here, that's when the Klombos were brought to the island. So there's a very good chance that we could see their return very soon. And well, if you want further confirmation that the last reality is here, if you take a look at these brand new plants on the map, they look almost identical to the sideways bubbles that we saw in chapter 2, which obviously belong to the last reality as well. And well guys, it looks like they're working on even more additional weapons or items to come to season 3 soon. There is a big wheel grenade, which says that it just sticks a big physically simulated wheel to whatever it hits. And then there's a regular wheel grenade. And then finally, there's this chain grenade that creates a chain between two objects. And obviously this does not look finished at all, so I don't really know what to expect from this or what it can really do, to be honest. But I thought I would show you guys because it is kind of interesting. But drop a like if you guys learned something new, and definitely check out this video if you missed it.